Welcome back to Darren 67 to 72. Hi, I'm Darren, and this is a 1972 C20 in Avalon Green. Now, we started on the air conditioner last week. This week, I'm going to try to set my POA. Now, the POA is a valve that controls the pressure in the system, at least one of the two valves that control pressure, because there's also the bypass valve. I don't know all these names. I'm not an air conditioning specialist by no means, but the bottom line is the POA determines the amount of pressure in the, I want to say it right, in the evaporator so that it doesn't ice up on you. Oh, I got more fun stuff about air conditioning. Anyhow, ideally, well, we could argue ideally. I wrote some numbers down for those of you that care. For those of you that don't, I'll get right past it. It's only going to take a second. So they say 27 to 29 and a half. That's quite a big difference. Basically, the higher the pressure is on this blow off valve, I'll call it the POA, the higher the temperature. So basically, at 29 and a half pounds of pressure on this pop off would put this temperature at 34 degrees. It won't freeze up at 34, it freezes at 32. Talking to freedom units, of course. But I have learned in my life that even if this is at 31 degrees, blowing that hot air across it isn't going to allow it to freeze up. It depends on the day. You might want to have your air on some day when it's only 75, 78 degrees out. Then you're not blowing hot enough air across it to keep it thawed. It might freeze up on you. So I know for the average customer, you'd want to set it for 33 degrees. Then you don't have to worry about it freezing up. And it might not be as cold as they like, but at least you've done your job right. See? Now we're getting into right and wrong again. Let's not go down that road. I'm going to set mine. What did I write down? They say 27.8 is perfect, 32 degrees. I'm going to set mine at 27 pounds, maybe a touch under. Because at 30, 31 degrees, I don't think I'm going to freeze it up because I run my air full blast, let that air go. I want to freeze and I want my toes to be cold. So there's some numbers. You can research it yourself, but basically 27 and a half pounds is what most people should do. Let's see how this goes. I'll get you in close. It's a simple setup. I will tell you real quick before I get you in and show you how to test this thing. It's not hard. Don't fret about it. Hook up an air dryer to your compressor because you're blowing compressed air in here. And on a hotter day and muggy like Michigan, you're going to get more moisture in your compressor and you're going to blow that moisture right into your system. And everything I read, I said that on purpose. Moisture destroys these things. Although I'll tell you, I recharged an air conditioner on a vehicle I owned with 27,009 miles on it. And I never owned a vacuum at the time. So I just charged it. I took a gamble. And it made it to like 340,000 miles before we got rid of it. Still running. And the air conditioner was never an issue. Take that for what you want. I'm telling you my experience and I'm telling you what the book says. You can pick which one you want to do. Since then, I bought a vacuum. So evidently, I just want to play it safe as well. You do you, I do me, and we'll do this. Something else I forgot to mention. If you're still concerned with having the moisture go through your blowgun and you need one with a rubber tip on this particular application, you can add extra lengths of hose because the longer your hose, the longer it's going to take for the water to get there. Or you could get one of these spray gun air filters that takes the moisture out. I'm paranoid, so I did all the above: filter on the compressor, long hoses, and that. So we're going to put this in the in the bypass, I think it's called, pressure relief, whatever. Rubber tip is all you need on it. You're just going to push it in there. Don't take much. We're only looking at 30-ish pounds. So that's where that's going if you can't see later. In case I got to show you too many things. So that's where I'm going, and all I'm going to do is just give her some pressure. So let's move you guys to the next part. All right, over to this spot. What we're working on is this POA, and I know my hinge is kind of in your way. It's a cramped area. This POA valve right here points towards the cab, and inside that hole is a tiny little bolt. Whatever. One of them octagon things. I'm using a 5 millimeter because it fit mine really good, nice and tight, so I can feel it turn. I don't remember which way we go. We can go both ways and figure it out. So I'm going to put this in there right now while you guys are here. I think it'll just sit there while I got to do my blowgun, and I have to look at the gauges. See, that's one reason I like the 5 millimeter, because it goes on so tight it'll just stand there. So here on the gauges, we're looking for, what did I say I wanted mine at? 27? Yeah, 27. But at any rate, 28, 29, 27, right in there is what we're looking at. And what this should do is I should be able to put pressure to it, and that gauge should rise up, and then you'll hear it go, and it'll blow off from 27 down to 26 or 25, something like that. So maybe I will go 28. It's a fine tuned thing. The problem is you can't come back in here to readjust it later. I said later already, because you'd have to suck all the freon out and recharge it again. So I would like to tell you exactly what to do, but it's just one of them things. So I don't know if you can see me or not. All right, I got my blowgun. I'm gonna watch this gauge, and we're gonna see how this goes, and we'll make our little adjustment. First, we'll see where it's set right now. All right, let's listen up. Okay, that was both good and bad at the same time. It went to like 31 or 32, and I watched it kind of pop off there and drop down. The problem I'm running into is it was leaking air the entire time. You could hear it kind of grumbling. So I think it's bad. Dang it! One of the parts I didn't replace. I know better. I was just trying to save $120. Who don't want to save $120? Let's try it again. I don't have to make an adjustment. Let's listen carefully again. Oh, that was me. Sorry, scared me. It starts gargling like it's sick at about 15. Sounds like it's caught the cold. We're not going to say 19. We're going to say the cold. You hear it right there? Dang it. Must be a torn valve, diaphragm. I'm making it up. I don't know. I'm trying to sound like I know something. I don't know nothing about this crap. All right. Well, that was fun. We're done with that for the day. We'll come back and do that when? Yeah, later. Oh, hey, that's part of working on old cars. So we don't have to worry about this today. We may revisit this together. We may not. I might just do it. Darn it. Well, let me take you over to the next part of our project. So our next step here is I'm working on the A6 air compressor brackets. And I thought I'd bring you guys along for this because, there's issues. There's always issues. When you bolt on something new to your motor, or basically anything you bolt something new onto, you should think about, and I caught it by accident. You should think about, when you put this new bracket in, are you going to block a hose clamp? In my case, it was back here. And once I put this new bracket on, I would have never got that hose off. And me or somebody would have been mad about that. So I took the clamp off, flipped it over. Now it's out here where it's not going to bother anybody, but you can still access it with the clamp. But I'm not sure yet about the ground clamp, or the you know what I mean, ground cable. I might move that anyway, but not this minute. Let's get this bracket going. So here's my new bracket. We're not going to talk about brackets, but this is the one you need for this truck. This would be for all 67 to 72s. This step out part goes here on your water pump. So I have to remove these bolts. Well, I've loosened them already to show you what this point is I'm going to make. Why is that always in my way? So you take the bolts out. I don't know if you've ever done this, but I might mention it again. Forgive me if you've heard it twice. Whenever you take a bolt out on something like this, take the bolt all the way loose and push it back in until it stops. That's all the thread you're going to get when you tighten it. It's about 3, maybe 4. That's about the minimum, in my opinion. Now, this bottom one, I did the same thing. It's loose. We'll tap it in there. Now, that's more like 5 or 6. I'm happy with that one, but this was a little short. No big deal. It held, but just something to keep in mind. And being that the block is cast iron, 3 or 4 threads is plenty. But on aluminum, I don't think I'd do that. So let's try and get this bracket in. Oh, to put the bracket in, we're going to need longer bolts. So I took these out. I RTV'd them when I put the new water pump on, just to make sure they didn't leak. And this is what I found in my cabinet for the next size. Well, I like that because this bracket thickness, you know what I mean? It's about the same. Let's put that in there and see what we have for threads. And at the same time, let me pull that bottom one out and see what I have in stock for that one. GM will give you every weird quarter size bolt that you can't get at your local hardware store. So keep that in mind. You might have to cut one down. That looks long enough, I guess. The only worry I have is this bracket is a little thicker on that bottom one than this top one. I don't know. GM's way, you know how it is. So let's do the same thing here. I don't have any washers or anything on it. We're just going to check it for depth, and then we'll get things more in line. Again, this is why it takes me so long to fix something. I'm too worried about how many threads are going in, fitments, and all that stuff. Don't seem to, oh, more problems. All right, we're going to, I guess it's learning day. I don't know if you can see that. So right in here, I can't get the camera in closer. Maybe we can zoom in. Right in this spot. I'm glad I had a new bolt. I have this new painted black bracket and then the old painted black water pump. And you see the shiny bolt between it? Well, I can't. I'm pushing that way on my bracket. I'm pushing over on my bracket. The top one touches. The bracket's crooked, and I can't get it any tighter. Well, I wonder why that would be. I don't know. Is it more work? Oh, hell yeah, it's more work. I think it's because the bottom of this bracket is rounded because it's cast iron. You don't want to leave sharp corners. And that rounded bracket is hitting on my very sharp edge here on my water pump. Now, I didn't buy a factory GM water pump because I don't know if you can get them anymore. So that's not going to go. Not going to go up tight because of that little. Actually, it might be. There's no way you're going to see this. It's when they machined the flat part on this. It's got a ledge on it that's in the way. So that's not going to fit. Wonderful. I'll get in here with a grinder. I'll cut that all out, clean it up, and then I'll have to repaint it because that's who I am. And then we'll get back to this. But for you and me, let's put this bolt in. I want to tell you about all the little troubles you run into in every car you work on. So that longer bolt won't even, you see what I mean? It's tight. Even though I added that much, it wasn't in far enough. So I'm going to have to get a new bottom bolt longer than this one. But the top bolt will get us where we're going for now. And clean that stuff up in a little while. Don't worry, we got more. So that, I mean, that's loose. It's fine. It's in the area we want for our adjuster. Now let's get the next bracket that we have to worry about. Got it right here on the bench. This bracket, these two the longer distance bolts, you can see these are made to bolt onto the compressor. And these two must go somewhere. Well, they use your manifold bolts. And I do remember that from before. They go on these two manifold bolts. Well, must be when that goes on there and this bracket's in place, you'll have just enough thickness for the piece of metal that's on the bracket for the compressor. I'll show that to you. But for now, it looks like it's going to be so close. I might have to put a bushing or a washer up on this part. Those things happen. The problem I'm running into is this won't go to the manifold bolts because of this knob here. Well, what is that knob? Does anybody have any idea what that crap is? I don't know, some kind of casting thing. Well, I look on the other side and there isn't one. Well, now why would that be different? Oh, I remember. When I had somebody put on this fancy exhaust, it was quite expensive. Now that I look at it, I can see that my brake line is actually touching this fancy, expensive brake or exhaust. So I'll be fixing that. Anyhow, they put the new exhaust on it. I didn't want to do another exhaust. I paid up once. I regretted it because he had so much tension or pressure, I don't call it, on that exhaust pipe. I didn't drive it a week and it cracked the manifold right across there. Broke it right off. So this is an aftermarket manifold. And my guess is aftermarket added this casting bump for some reason. So my next thing is I got to grind either this GM bracket, I don't like that, or I got to grind this bump off. Well, when I start grinding this bump off, my next question is it hollow or is it solid up to here? Or am I going to have a hole? All this for air conditioning. It lines, the bolts line up, so that's good. But so I got that issue. I got this issue. And I think I'm missing another bracket for here. I got that issue. We just had a POA issue. All right, I'm issued out. Let's do something else. Do you guys remember last week when we talked about Darren, why you keep jumping around all the time? Well, this was a perfect example this week. Nothing's gone right. So I know it's echoey in here because there ain't no carpet yet. But I'm going to do something I think I can do. And I'm already seeing a problem. And I thought if this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. But we're going to make this work, I think. I see in the ends, those holes are bigger than I'm used to seeing them. And don't get me wrong, I haven't seen a whole lot of these, but they give you these little cap screws. Cap nuts? Yeah, cap nuts. I'll try to get you ready. Hey, I got my blue gloves on. You can see something. They're all right. They're stamped nuts. You've seen them before. And they give you an extra one because you're going to drop and lose one. I probably won't because my dash is apart. But the reason I thought we'd do this, I'm gonna be all right, is because I know there's people that want to replace their dash pad and don't know what's going on because it's a GM thing. So I'm upside down, but I want you to see this. So you have bolts that come straight down from the end, and that one on the end goes this way. Well, that's not how metal works, so it's going to have to be finagled. But more important than finagling this in there is where are the bolts that you need to get to? So I've got it lined up, and this is the problem. The worst one of the entire truck is this center one by your speaker. It's above the radio and above your air conditioning vent. This one doesn't have yet. So you can't get in there. So it's very frustrating. But if you can manage to get the one out, yeah, you're going to have to pull your radio and maybe half your air conditioning. So that's very frustrating if you had to do it. I did it on my green truck, and it tested my patience. But I did get it, and with enough persistence, you can do it. But this is no slap it together job. So if you ever have your vehicle apart, dash and what have you, glove box, this is a good time to do this. So I thought I'd show you those bolts, and there's screws that go in the front. Now the fun part is, I think I got this from LMC. I'm pretty sure, but I've bought them someplace else before. It don't matter. I think they're the same. No, this one's American made. I lied. I remember now. Remember this was all American? But it didn't come with these screws for the front, so I won't be doing those today. But we just have to make sure all those bolts, screws, we're going to call them, go through the dash and then go underneath and put them cap screws on. Well, I got that one done. Come on, two more. I'm way over here in the corner. Yeah, I'm getting it dusty with my gloves. It'll be fine. Come on, get in there. This isn't one of them force it games. They're too expensive. You gotta wait on them forever. And then, do they all fit? I don't know. I mean, they will fit. There we go. And then the last push-in one down here. Hey, it's in place. This is a black one with a, what I got up here, gray with a white. So now for the fun part. I'm going to talk you guys right out of doing one of these, aren't I? 3/8. Remember, there's that middle one. Yeah, I can't even do it. And if you can't pull the ashtray out, it's a little looser than I like. Maybe I'll adjust that for Tom without taking the entire thing apart. So even having the dash apart, this is going to be Hey, look, I dropped my first one already. It fell in my hand. Come on, how's that happen? Let me go over here. Find the next one. There was one in the center of this, I believe. I already forgot. Right here. These cap screws, wearing rubber gloves, I might take those off because they're just kind of slippery. And then you don't know if it's cross-thread I'm going to do. You don't know if it's cross-threaded because they're them cap screws. So I generally do it by hand first. Try and get them pushed up in there as square as you can. But I wanted to show you this, not because you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad he showed me that, but more about, oh, I'm so glad I don't think I want to do that job. Unfortunately, it's one of them jobs you see it. You sit right there in the truck and you got to stare at old, broken, cracked, whatever's wrong with it. So you might as well come along, share in my frustrated week, and see how these go. And then my wrench don't want. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I got one. 1 out of 1. That's not bad. Now I don't crank them really hard. I know if you don't crank them enough, there'll be a bump. If you crank them too hard, there'll be a dip. So just they're cap nuts, just firm. I don't I don't have a better description for it than just. Did you guys see where I put that? Oh, here they are. Oh gracious, we all have them, folks. All right, what are we gonna do? We got that last one at the end now. Do we remember? It came in from like the headlight area. Should be right on the end. Yeah, that one's not too bad. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that one. I don't like the. I don't know what size they are. I don't have regular nuts this small, so I didn't go to just a regular nut. I did it. I think I did do it on my green truck. I made a special trip and put regular nuts on it. It really isn't any better, to be honest with you. Again, I was holding the dash pad on. It's not like it's really needs a strong bolt. I don't even know if you guys can see that one. Heck, I can't see nothing. You got to work completely blind. Did that come on? Yeah, we're not doing that one. You see how it goes? You do the fun ones. Yeah, I think that was like one or none. All right, this one's right in front of the vent. I don't know. Is that going to help anybody? Maybe. I'm sure they were threaded. These should just go right on, but that's not how it works. All right. Now, I likely, being that this is Tom's truck, I don't know what screws I'm going to use here. They're basically like a sheet metal screw. You can use a wood screw because you can't see it, but it's just a matter of getting one that you're not going to notice. Occasionally in my truck, I see the stainless steel screws. It doesn't bother me, but some people probably don't want to see that shiny screw. I don't know. You could get black ones, I guess, put in there. It's just something to think about. They're hidden pretty good. You don't see them generally sitting in the seat. But. All right, two easy ones. But let's not give up. I'm not giving up. Okay, remember my video way back? Yeah, I give up. I give up all the time, and then I come back at it and do it some more. Maybe I can come in this way. Ooh, there you go. Left-handed trick. I don't think you're still gonna do it with a radio. Boy, you could. So there's a tip for you. You can do that center one if you take out your dash, which I said dash cluster, which that that happens. It's a lot easier than pulling your radio and all them wires, even though there's wires. I don't know. It just seems easier to me. Okay, but I don't mind that so bad coming in from the cluster area. And then I think we got that one. Yeah, I think we're good. If you had the air conditioner in here, the vent right here, yeah, this you're not gonna get this one. I mean, you can, but there's no such thing as an easy way. You just have to tear it all apart. I tried on my green truck. It had to all come out, which is a good time to put a new chrome piece on. Excuse me, new chrome piece. It's just money, right? Okay, we're getting there. That one's got a little dip to it. I don't want them loose. You know what? I'm always been way too picky. Let's just keep moving. See if I can get the rest of them. See if I can get something done, right? You're crying out loud there, dude. Get something done. Being on your knees is fun too. All right, so I'm assuming the next one's in front of the vent. That'd make sense, wouldn't it? By golly, it is. It might be just a little off to the right, a tiny bit, but I hit something else in there. Oh, wiring harness. Now, my wiring harness isn't in here, or Tom's, but your wiring harness has them bendable clips and runs right underneath this dash pad. So if yours has the wiring in there, you'll have to move the wiring harness. I remember that too. Again, I'm not telling you guys not to fix your trucks, but these dashes are not a fun thing to replace. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's all apart for me. And my next one will be all apart. But if you have a nice truck and you just got a cracked dash pad, just just plan a weekend. You can get it done in a weekend. It's nothing you can't do in, a couple, 2, 3 days. I make everything look hard, let's be honest. Once in a while I make things look easy. I don't want that to be every time. That wouldn't be any fun, would it? Where's this one at? Oh, I can see that. Now that one's definitely raised. So pulling on that one's going to make it look even better. I know it sounds like I'm in a fishbowl because I kind of am. Let's try that one. Not bad. Good and firm and a touch more. So, look at I got 3 left. I must have skipped one somewhere. Somewhere I didn't want to do it. I don't remember already. I thought I had them all. One of you guys probably like, well, that one. You know you didn't do that one. I can't remember. All right, this one goes forward, right? Yep. Boy, there's no room in there. I bet I didn't do the one on the other end, did I? Can I get my head in there and see? Nope. You're not getting your head in there. I mean, if you took your hat off and, I don't know, jammed your head in there, I'd be afraid my ears would get stuck or something. I've done this one. It can't be that hard. Come on. Yeah, it's biting. Do I try it? I say try it. Oh, no. I don't. Some of them use extension, some of them don't. Were you paying attention? I wasn't. This one might need a shorter. I don't know. I'm making a lot of racket. Sorry about that. Don't just call it good enough because you're going to have to come back. You don't want to come back. Do a good job the first time and know that it's finished. Well, for crying me out loud. I I think I'm gonna need to. I use deep wells a lot. I like them. Get my hand away from. Oh, I'm gonna get it. It just keeps your hand a little bit away from stuff. So it's easier to turn. Let me get this. Come on, a little more. I always want a little more. That was it. So I'm sweating. I know. Let's try to get that last one. It must have been that side. Let's go back on your. Oh yeah, fun. Can you see up in there? All the way up in here? I don't think you can. You're right against the door, so I don't know if you're going to see in there. But that's where I'm at. I don't. You should be probably thinking I can't see any of it. I could take that camera and poke back in there, and then you could see. We got to get this last one. Come on, stick with me. I'm sticking with it. I'm not quitting. Not now. The one accomplishment of the whole week's right here. Never give up, people. Jump around, do something else. I don't know. Make fun of me for jumping around, but I keep working at it. I'm not going to give up until the job is eventually done. I don't like it, but I'm going to try it. You know, I'm going to bang that wrench around, so just bear with me. There is no room. Did you hear that? I'm going to get a shorter wrench. I'm not going to use a deep well. I'll be right back. Okay, I got that small one, but now I got an extension on it. I don't know what to tell you, except that it's not fun. I mean, it's all fun. You know that. Wouldn't be working on it. Wasn't fun. I got it. I got it. It's on there. I got it. A little more metal on metal racket for you guys, but this is the last one. I don't remember being that long-winded before. Oh, there it is. I'm pretty happy. I would have went tighter, but it's tight enough. It's a dash pad. I don't want it too tight. All right, I'll get them screws put in, and that's just a simple screw in this direction. Comes in from the face. I'll get them put in. I'm not going to hold you guys up, but check it out. I didn't lose them. I still got an extra. So if one of you guys needs one, I'll send it to you because I can't imagine doing another dash anytime soon. Oh yeah, the new 72. We'll be doing that one in a minute. Well, folks, that was a rough one for me. I don't mind telling you, but we tried to work on the 72 in Spanish green. I'm, I'm over it. I need to start a new week. Good thing is, I told somebody this last week or a couple days ago. This particular person was kind of getting frustrated. It seems like every time you get your head up and you get out of the mud, whatever phrase you want to use, somebody kicks you in the shins again. Well, you know that's kind of life, isn't it? It's not going to get any easier. It's how it is. But my only words of encouragement is every Monday is a new week. So when Monday comes around, yeah, it's not your favorite day, but at least remember you're starting a new week. And that new week can be all new. It can be way better than what I've tried to show you for me this week. But in my particular aspect or instance, I can jump to something else and just at least give you a video and keep me rolling. So I didn't get the air conditioning done by a long shot on the 72. I didn't even get this grill cleaned up because all my fancy paint removers didn't do a thing. So I'm gonna get up in the morning and I'll either clean on that before it gets hot out. I like to get out and I'll get the garden hose. I'll probably do the SOS pad on it. We'll see how it kind of cleans up. I don't get right in and grind on it, so I'm not gonna hurt it. So much for all this. Just a little elbow grease is hard to beat these days. So I'll do that, and then I can start tink, 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 banging on it and doing all this. I'll even try to get my finish right on that. But we didn't get this done. Didn't get the air conditioning done. But we got the dash pad in. Okay? We did that. And if you don't do anything except get your dash pad in or get the glove box door on or change your oil, doesn't matter. You got something done. So start your Monday anew. Next week, I'm going to start my Monday anew. So, meanwhile, thank you. And by golly, I want to give you an extra special thanks for a couple of things. The height points, fantastic. All the thumbs up are, I dearly appreciate it. And of course, a subscription is always nice for those of you that didn't do one. But either way, I'm good. I'm going to keep right on rolling. But you guys did me a favor this week because I would have quit over on that air conditioning for the week. Or I definitely would have quit after this. I might have done the SOS pad thing. But you kept me going. If not for myself, I do it for you. And I appreciate you guys driving me further because now the dash pad's in there and I can look in there and go, hey, that interior's one step closer. Now I can get going on, I don't know, the steering. Oh, no, I got plans for the steering. But something inside there I can work on. I can put the visors in. That'd be kind of neat and fun. Save those kind of things for when I have a rough time and I want to show you guys something. I'll throw those in and you get to see something fresh. But I got plans. I got things coming. It's just I'm not trying to do that bait you with what's next week all the time because half the time it don't work for me anyway. But we're gonna have something new every week. So come back and see me. Thanks again. I gotta go.